What is up, guys? Fahan here and with Ashikin once again. And welcome to the third vlogcast. So for this particular vlogcast, right, we're going to talk about the release of, recently in Malaysia, the release of the SPM results. Okay, so I'm not Malaysian, by the way, I'm Singaporean. So what does SPM mean?
SPM is Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia, whereby students from Form 5, which is mostly 17 years old, will take an examination before it can be decided whether or not they can go to further their studies in university or college or matriculations or Form 6. Yeah.
I see. So in Singapore, SPM is like our N and O levels, which is basically the final exam where in secondary school, whereby the students will take the exams, and then after that the results will determine where they're gonna go lah. So I don't know about Malaysia, but in Singapore, right, after they've gotten their N or O levels results, N levels, they will proceed to secondary 5, in which they can actually take their O levels. This is for the normal academic stream, and those in the technical stream, when they get the O levels, right, usually they go to ITE or vocational school, or some of them even start work from there. And then for the students who took the O level results, usually they will go to polytechnics, or maybe even start work from there. Or some of them even choose to go to vocational school or ITE, depending on the choices that they make lah. That's for Singapore lah. I don't know about Malaysia.
More or less the same, but we also have like different programs like to cater different category or different interests. Let's take a look on the recent results of SPM. Okay, I'm proud to say that my school got number 1. Number 1 in Malaysia.
Elma Meter got number 1.
Yeah. Congrats.
Sekolah Tun Fatimah. In Johor Bahru.
Congrats.
And fun fact, Sekolah Tun Fatimah is also the alma mater for the current Permaisuri Agong.
I hope that I tak malukan sekolah. Yeah, I know, right? It's a great thing. I mean, like, speaking of which, I think my previous school successfully maintained their ranking like top 5 for I don't know how many straight years they maintain like top 5 or top 10 in Malaysia. I think largely because of the teachers. So for me too, I previously got quite a good result actually. I think all the credits go to teacher lah, because it's the teachers who sacrifice their weekends. Okay, can you imagine during that time we got morning tuition class for maths on Sunday morning.
Wow.
Like for a student, it's okay lah because we don't have any other commitment. But for the teachers, they have to leave their husband or their wife and their kids and other commitment that they have during that time. And during that time, Sunday is still weekends, like it's still holiday for us in Johor. It's not a schooling day, okay? So they sacrifice their weekend morning to teach us. And then we also have like night preparation class.
So the teachers will be there 24/7.
Yes, I mean they are very committed.
I can feel the teachers sacrifices, because you know why? My cousin is a teacher herself.
Yeah.
So I can really see her, even though after when she comes home, right, she would still be on her laptop doing her schoolwork, marking students' paper, and I see that she's very, very tired and so dedicated. And recently she just retired and she chose not to teach anymore. So I can sense that she's just tired of it lah. And pity her lah. I see her every day really on her laptop doing her work, and wow, her dedication is truly commendable lah, I must say. And from my experience, when I was in secondary school preparing for my N levels, I was in a normal technical stream. So in Singapore, it's like the lowest stream lah, sad to say lah.
Okay.
But doesn't matter what stream you come from, as long as you're able to work hard and do what you want, I'm sure you're able to get the results from there. So for me, my N levels, the results were average. From there, I proceed to ITE lah, Institute of Technical Education, which is a vocational school as I was talking about lah. And then I studied there for like 2 years. I also worked part-time in McDonald's. After that, I went to my national service. I don't know about you guys, but for us, Singaporeans, the guys, especially usually after O levels, some of them choose to go for national service. So after national service, right, they can straight away look for a job. They don't need to waste time or whatsoever lah. I mean, national service is a compulsory thing for us. It's unavoidable unless you are really, really disabled, sick,
Or transgender.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Can actually can this one is a true story. We deviate a bit I knew a guy who actually went off to get his thing removed, and then he was actually released from NS.
Okay.
It's very interesting. So how is it like in Malaysia after the students here get the SPM results?
Okay, so there are a few channels. Okay, from what I know, after you get SPM, you can either continue to Form 6. Okay, so Form 6, we got like upper 6 and lower 6. You'll be spending like 2 years. You will still be going to schools. Some school, I think they can wear normal baju kurung, normal attire. I think it's already implemented here. I'm not sure whether or not they still need to wear the school uniforms anymore. Okay, but that's gonna be like 2 years. And after that Form 6, you can either go to the university and take up degree, if I'm not mistaken. You can go to pursue your degree studies if you want to. If you don't want to, then you can go to work or something else. Okay, first is Form 6. Second is matriculation. So matriculation, we also got like 1 year program or 2 years program.
So I think for you, you took matriculation, right?
Yeah, I took matriculation for 1 year. It's quite tough actually. It's quite tough, especially when you are taking like science stream. Last time we got like the physics stream, bio stream, and accountancy, if I'm not mistaken. Nowadays I'm not sure. So when you are taking like the science stream, especially biology, you need to memorize a lot, like a lot. Okay, and it's only, and the 2 year syllabus is covered in only 1 year. So you can imagine how busy it was. The class starts from I think 8 until 4.
So
and you get only like 1 hour rest.
Don't mind asking. So this matriculation is what? Is it a college or?
It's a college. Actually, the name is College Matriculation College. It's a college. It's like a foundation before you go for degree.
Oh, okay. I think I understand. I'm not sure if you have it in Singapore. No?
So after matriculation, normally people will go for degree.
I think for us it's called junior college.
Yep, maybe like that.
For us it's called, those really in the express streams, those who choose to take their A level. So those who are in the they may choose to go to junior college and then proceed with A levels. And then the A levels is actually a fast track for you to go to university.
Okay.
So we call it junior college in Singapore. Now there's not so much students who choose that junior college route because they prefer like technical skills with hands-on skills, like usually those are what the ITE and the polytechnics are offering lah. And truth be told, if you cannot make it in JC in junior college you cannot go anywhere lah. Yeah. So
there's no continuation after that.
They may choose to go back to polytechnic after that lah, which is a waste of time lah. But if you make it through A levels, this is a fast track to university lah. My ex-girlfriend was in junior college before.
Okay.
So she suffered quite a bit lah. Lots of paper, lots of homework,
assignments,
lots of projects, and mostly it's all about, it's writing based it's not hands on. So I can imagine the stress that she was going through at that time. But thank God we're not dating anymore.
How many years for junior college?
Junior college, I'm not sure. I think it's 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
I think so. But you still wear a school uniform. You still
it's like STPM.
Form
6.
Form 6.
It's like Form 6
Yeah, you still wear school uniform. You still sing school songs and whatsoever.
Oh, I think it's more like Form 6 in Malaysia.
But in Singapore, due to the lack of intakes in junior colleges, right, all of the junior colleges have been merged. You can see that the trend now is moving towards ITE and diploma in polytechnic, which is soft skills, basically hands-on skills. Yes, that's the trend in Singapore right now lah. Anyway, you can also make it to university with a polytechnic diploma. But the route is slightly longer, and especially for the guys who have to serve national service first before they go to uni. So it's definitely a critical time lah if you want to make it to university fast.
Okay.
But usually if you used to go to JC first, after JC they get the A-level results, usually most of them will just proceed on to national service. That's the usual route, unless you can get special permission from the government to avoid national service.
No, I don't think so.
No such thing.
Okay.
Like I don't know about Malaysia, I think you guys used to have national service, right? Does this affect you guys' studies?
No, I don't think so because it's only like 3 to 6 months long, I guess. It's not even a year. Yeah.
And Malaysia's national service, from what I know, it's not really to build up the defense of the country. It's just a national education program.
Yep.
To get the different races and people to like work together.
The unity, to promote unity.
Yeah. So they recently scrapped it because no budget.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know about you guys, but when we heard that, it's like we are so jealous. Wow, Malaysia scrap national service. And then to the point where some Singaporeans say, Malaysia national service is actually useless. But not really nice to say that sort of thing. Malaysia's national service is different.
I mean, like the objective is different. That's why.
Is different. Yes.
That's why. That's what I can say lah. Okay, back to our topic. Okay, after SPM, where can they go? Where can we go? First, we talk about Form 6, which 2 years still in school. But the good thing is you don't need to take up any education loan, any scholarship. You just need to pay like normal school fees. Okay, so that's the advantage of it, and you can still stay with your family because it's like basically going to school all over again. Okay. Secondly, we go to matriculation. So for matriculation, usually each state have their own matriculation mostly, and for me myself, I origin from KL, but I got the matriculation in Kedah.
Wow.
So I don't get to stay with my family. I got to stay in the hostels, and definitely you need to take up a loan. But thank God for matriculation they give us the allowance instead. But you need to be like very careful with the budgeting thingy, because you need to eat on your own. So whatever the allowance that you get, you need to use it very wisely. And then the study duration is also short, very short compared to what you have to master during that 1 year time. Unless you get the 2 years matriculation, then I think it's a good thing lah. It's not too rushing for you. You can get a lot more time to adapt. Okay, so that's number 2. The third one is of course going for diploma. So for diploma, obviously you need to take up education loan or scholarship unless your parents are rich are wealthy that can support your study.
So the government doesn't support the polytechnic diploma, is it?
Polytechnic we do have.
Different is it?
That one I will come
so
afterwards.
the diploma is actually different from what?
Diploma is basically you are going to university.
Oh wow.
It's already university. For diploma it's already university. Usually 3 years time, and you need to take up education loan unless you got your own budget. The good thing about it is you are exposed earlier to the university environment. It means that the way you dress, there must be some dress code, the way you attend to class, assignments, but the cons is you need to take up loan and you might have to stay far from your family.
So that's what happened to you lah.
I'm not taking diploma.
I'm
not taking diploma. I took
you are in the matriculation.
At least I got the allowance lah during that 2 years. During that 1 year. Okay, so we got STPM, Form 6, matriculation, diploma. We also got the polytechnic.
Polytechnic. How does the polytechnic differ from Singapore's polytechnic? For us, polytechnic in Singapore, polytechnic will get a diploma straight away. After we graduate.
Yeah. Same. It's the same for Malaysia as well. You got the diploma, and you can go to apply a degree to university.
Same lah.
But then I think it's also 3 years.
3 years.
I'm not sure. Correct. I think like 2 to 3 years. It's not 1 year. It's 2 to 3 years. You need to stay on your own or hostel. But I think for polytechnic, you don't need to make education loan lah. I think.
So maybe we can discuss on how was it like for you when you get your SPM results. How was it for you deciding on where you want to go next?
Okay, for me, actually, I was quite clueless back then. Okay, there's not much information available. There's the internet is not that efficient during that time. So what I did, because in our school, we are obliged to register for matriculation. So it's a thing that all of us must do when we were in Form 5. So I did register for matriculation. So after I got my result, I got the acceptance from the matriculation that I got accepted, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I decided to take it. because for me it's a fast track thingy.
But don't mind me asking, was it difficult for you like leaving your family? You know, we going. How come you got chosen to go to Kedah instead of Kuala Lumpur?
Because in Kuala Lumpur there was no matriculation back then. I'm not sure about now. I think now they have, but during my years, they don't have a matriculation in KL. And secondly, it's what I applied actually. We got to choose like 3 to 5. I don't remember lah.
States.
Matriculation. So you can choose, but among what I chose, that's what I got accepted for. So yeah, I got the matriculation in Kedah.
So was it difficult for you, like leaving your family?
Not really, because during my secondary school, I was in boarding school. So from KL to JB, I moved.
Yeah.
So I think I already get used to stay far from my family actually. Yeah. So it's not that hard for me, but it's quite hard for those who are in their first time. You know, let's say their secondary school is just near their house. They stay with their family. And then suddenly they got a matriculation which is quite far from their family, so I think it's quite hard for them because they have been attached to their family for so long, like for like the first 17 years they never moved out from the house, and then suddenly they got to move out.
Yeah, I think it's quite emotional lah.
It's quite emotional actually. Some people, they just get homesick. But
how was like life in the dorm?
Life in the dorm, actually it depends on you. Some people, they are very introvert. Maybe they don't like those noisy environment, because when it comes to dorm in Malaysia, I'm not sure what in Singapore, if it is a dormitory, if it is hostel, it means like the whole building will be like only one gender, only girls. So when it's only girls, it will be getting like a very wild, you know, how girls like to scream, to gossip, to chit chat, blah blah blah, to laugh, you know, in the middle of the night.
Ashikin is one of those loud ones.
Yeah. So it depends on you. If you are able to adapt, then excuse me. Then the dormitory life, if you are the kind of people who can adapt, then the dormitory life is a very exciting one, because you get to stay with your friends, you know, chit-chatting until the late of the night, watching movies together. It's not all about studies, you know. Okay, studies is one thing lah. You get to study together like until whatever time you want, which you cannot get if you stay in your house with your family, right?
Correct.
You cannot get back later than this time. So when you're staying with your friends inside a dorm, it's quite exciting actually. But one thing for sure is you need to know how to manage yourself. Let's say there's no one who will wake you up to go to the class. Everybody will be like busy managing their selves. Okay, so you need to wake up by yourself. About your laundry, there's no one to do your laundry. You need to do it by yourself. Either you send it to the Dobby, to the laundry, or you wash it by yourself. So you need to manage your own laundry. You need to fold your own clothes and whatsoever. About studying, okay, let's say if you're staying with your parents, your parents will always remind you, okay, go study. When you are living in dormitory, it's all on yourself.
Thank you for sharing your experience. But for me, at that time, I didn't go to university. I didn't know how university life is like for Singaporean, unfortunately. But when I got my N-level results, I told you guys, I was in the lowest stream. I was in the technical stream. So I can only do my studies up to N-level, which is normal technical level. And basically when I got my results were average. And I can only go to one particular course in ITE technical school, which is building services technology. Now they call it facilities management. And I had only one choice, unfortunately. So like, cannot do anything, just go through that course. And for me, those 2 years in NITEC, we call it NITEC, it was hell for me lah.
Why?
No, I was a nerd. Everybody all picked on me. Yeah.
How old was you back then?
I think I was 18
or
my
19.
God,
18 and still get bullied
18 still get bullied. Yeah, you'll be surprised. And ITE students sorry to say because ITE, the people the kind of students they take in from the usually those I just say straightforward mak rape, mina rape, all this abeng. So you can imagine the kind of people that I had to deal with.
At least they still want to go to study
that time. So it wasn't easy for me during ITE, but I persevered. And when I go into my second year ITE, I totally got different friends. So that is when I actually flourish, because my friends in second year, they were awesome, you know. They were good people. They were people I can talk with, I can make friends with. Easier for me to, like, they're not those typical abings, pakrip tu semua lah. They are like, how to say, normal people like myself lah. Nerd, happy-go-lucky people.
Is it a requirement to be a friend? Nerd.
No, I don't know lah. Anybody can be my friend lah. just don't be an ass towards me lah. That's all.
Okay.
Back to the topic. And yeah, I flourished after that, and I got great results. That with my NITEC, I'm able to go into polytechnic, because my GPA was 3.8 or 4. It was quite high. So I can actually go to polytechnic without taking high NITEC at that time. So fortunately, NS, I had to serve my national service first, and had to go through 2 years of NS in the army. And after the army, I then took my diploma. And my diploma was actually thank God, my diploma is actually a part-time course actually, because I was working as a auxiliary police officer at that time. So I took my course, and then finally after 3 years, I graduated a diploma in 2005. Yeah, but I did fool around after NS. After NS, there was a 3-year gap whereby I didn't study, I didn't go to school, and then I worked around. Have to say that I don't know about Malaysia, but in Singapore, you definitely need the cert to get the job that you want. Even though right now the government has emphasized whereby the certs don't matter, which to me is they're slowly transitioning towards this move whereby certification doesn't matter, but most of the jobs that I see still require certificate, still require that piece of paper.
The same goes to Malaysia. I mean, like, minimum SPM. So if you do not have SPM cert, it's gonna be like quite hard for you to get a job. But I wouldn't say 100%. Maybe like getting into office work, like industrial, maybe it's gonna be hard with the SPM cert. But if you were to work like at small boutique, and maybe you want to build your own business, I think you can just go without any SPM cert. It depends on your employer actually. If the employer can understand, then I think you can get any job you want lah. It depends on the employer. Some employers, they require like overseas certificate.
I mean, I also know some Malaysians who stay in JB. They actually study in Singapore because they say that Singapore's education is somewhat better. I saw this Chinese Asia documentary lah. Maybe it's in their mind whereby Singapore's education is better. I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
But to me, when I saw the documentary, I see those kids waking up early, like 4 a.m. in the morning, just to board a bus to school, go through the jam, and then go into school. I mean, they're just kids, like poor kids, you know. If you're working, it's different story. I mean, 300,000 people cross the Singapore and Malaysia border every day. So that is like nothing new. But for a kid, like, you know, like 10 years old, 9,
like primary school
kids, secondary school kids going across the border every single day just to go to school. I can imagine how tired they must have been.
I don't know. I think it depends on the parents. What goals do they have for their kids? Recap. You can go to STPM.
Sorry,
you can edit this out.
Okay, sorry. Just now Ashikin was saying that we ran away from the topic.
After SPM, you can go to STPM, to Matriculation College, to Diploma, to Polytechnic, and the fifth one is College Community.
What's that?
Okay, so for College Community, it's basically a government aided college community lah. And then it doesn't require a very good result of SPM for you to get in, which is a good news for those who do not get good result for the SPM. You can always apply to College Community. It have like minimum or low college fees, and you also get allowance from it. It's a good thing actually.
Wow, how come so good?
Yeah, it's like matriculation. You get allowance and minimum fees. Yeah, because it's government punya. It's from government. It's under government. Okay, and then you do not need a good result of SPM for it. I think they have like minimum, just like lulus thingy, just pass Don't need to be straight A, blah blah blah. And then most of the courses are very good actually. And they are on demand actually. Like photography, creative media. So it's more to hands-on courses, not like pure sciences.
I think what you're describing as college community in Malaysia is like our polytechnic in Singapore.
Yeah.
Mostly all those hands-on classes. Then after that you got internship also. You get to work in a private company, and then they will actually pay you some money, some allowance.
And this course is like 2 years, 2 years study. But unfortunately, after you manage to finish the college community, you only get a cert. It's not a diploma. Like for polytechnic, you got a diploma, right?
Yes, correct.
For college community, you do not get a diploma. So if you want to further your study, you need to apply for diploma. So another 3 years.
Oh my god.
So you're gonna waste a lot of your time. But it's a good news for those who cannot get into any university. You cannot get into Form 6 because the course is not what you want. Maybe you cannot go into diploma because maybe your criteria is not passing. It's not there. You are not eligible. But for college community, it's a good chance for those who do not get good results in SPM to further their studies in a hands-on industry, in hands-on subjects. So around Malaysia, actually, every state at least they have one college community. But every state they do not give you the same subject. Maybe you want computer, it's not in KL. Maybe it's in other states. So you need to see which course you want and which college community that offer it. And the registration is very simple. They usually have opening day, or you can always register on the website. Even my brother is also in college community actually.
Right now lah.
Yeah, he's taking like creative media, which thank God he is very into it. And right now he's doing his practical.
Good initiative lah.
Good initiative by the government, like the previous government.
So I think those are the choices that any Malaysian
can apply
to after they get the SPM lah, basically.
Yes. Or you can work.
You can work also.
You can work. Why not? I mean, like, okay, let's say you are 18 when you got the result, and you work. I don't know, like for 5 years, you already 23. So you already got like enough experience. Because usually employer nowadays they want someone with experience. You know?
Correct.
But the downside of it, maybe you cannot go to certain level of the position because you do not have like the cert. Usually, let's say for managerial level, minimum degree cert. So it's the downside. But you can always do like kerja sambil belajar, like part-time studying. Those things is still available actually.
I mean, most of us in Singapore also, we do part-time studies. Like some of them take part-time studies. Like I know a few colleagues of mine that actually took up university studies part-time while working. It's very taxing, but then it's definitely a need for them because they want to upgrade themselves further. And some companies they want to promote you, but they're unable to promote you because you don't have the relevant certification. So that's why people go to great lengths to go back to school. Even at such an old age, whereby 30 or 40 years old, there's still people going to university, going back to study, going back to school, taking their diploma at the polytechnics, what have you. Something that is unavoidable. So to gloss off this topic, anything else you want to advise our newly graduated graduates?
Graduated ke? Okay lah.
SPM,
they have graduated. They have graduated from the high school, right? Okay, so for my advice, people always say that SPM is not important. Education is not important nowadays. I would say it is important actually, because when you continue your study, you will go to classes, you will have assignments, group assignments, you go to co-curricular activities. So it's where you develop your soft skills. Okay, it's not only studying actually. So try to upgrade yourself. Okay, if you have the chance, if you have good results, to go for university, to go for overseas studies, just go for it. You can apply to MARA or JPA or any other scholarship. There's a lot of scholarship available. You just need to search for it, like Kazana. I'm not sure whether or not they have it. Okay, so just go to your greatest length, so that you're not gonna regret about it. At least you have done something for yourself. And for those who do not get good results, life is not over. There's a lot of things you can do nowadays. If you are not into studying, okay, what if you're not into studying? Just go for work, but have a a clear vision what you want to be. Let's say you want to be a boss, you want to open your own business. So go for work which you can achieve that knowledge. Just work for other people first, so that people can work for you.
Yeah, definitely it's not over. Just do your best lah, basically. Like for me, I got my polytechnic diploma 3 years. I was 3 years working. After national service, I worked 3 years. And then after that, I finally decided to get a polytechnic diploma, part-time, and I'm still working at that time. So you can imagine how taxing it was on me that time. But it was worth it lah, because I finally got out of that job and found a new job in the healthcare industry. And I mean, when I was studying part-time last time, there's a lot of adult learners around me. Like people as old as 50 years old also still going back to school to get their polytechnic diploma.
Okay, so it's not over lah.
Not
The
over
world is not over, okay? So please, for parents, please do not scold your kids if they are not having good grades. For friends, do not belittle your friend. Like, oh my god, I do not get good. Do not compare your results to anyone else, okay? There must be a reason. There always a reason. Maybe it's for you to struggle harder. Just look at it positively lah. The world is not over. Go celebrate yourself. At least you have spent a lot of time.
Congratulations on making it through these 6 years.
Yeah, at least. For us, it's 5 years.
Congratulations on making it on these 5 years.
It's the struggle. Thank your teacher. Okay, thank your teacher. Thank your parents. Thank your friends. Thank yourself. Be grateful for whatever opportunity you have in life. Because last time there's news in Malaysia that there are some primary school kids who killed himself.
Oh dear.
Because of not able to getting like good result. I'm not sure is it primary or secondary, but for my point of view, life is more than just studying. Life is not a rat race. Just take it up on your own pace. Enjoy every moment in life. Enjoy responsibly. When I say enjoy responsibly. It means that it's not that you enjoy until you make other people around you like suffer or whatsoever. Okay, enjoy responsibly. Enjoy every moment in life. You are still a teenager. You are only 18 years old. There's so much more to expect in life.
This is very good advice actually. Yeah, very good advice. Okay lah, so I think we're going to end this vlog here. And yes, we'll see you in the next one.
Woo!